never get anywhere.
It's like having a mentor, which I have never really had until you kind of mentored me. Thank you,
Everybody,
Mom.
oh, you're welcome.
But that does make a difference to have someone. Oh, of course, I push myself. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm a major push myself. But if I hadn't done that, and all the people have said, "Oh, you can't sing and you can't do it, and professionally or whatever," which I am. Anyways,
It's a weird thing.
God, it's you and it's me and it's
Yeah,
us.
Yes, okay.
The point is, the person like me or you have to push yourself too.
Oh, yes, of course.
Because along the way, everyone gets told you're not good enough.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you say, yeah, well, I don't
still
think
gonna try.
I'm gonna do it anyways.
Like at my age, it was like women don't go into orchestras, for instance. Women become music teachers. That's what you do.
Is that what they told you all the time?
Oh, yeah. Not the teachers, but the society, including my parents. The teachers never said that. I mean, they didn't say one way or the other. The teachers never really said. It's just that the music program was good enough that they put people in orchestras, and if you were good enough, you continued to the next orchestra. So it's all a self-preservation thing too. They wanted the orchestras to be there at a young age or a higher age. And if you went on, great,
Okay, but did anyone say to you, well, you're a woman, you can't play in a symphony orchestra?
Not teachers didn't. I think that you got the feeling as you got in bigger orchestras, though, that they didn't, I mean, your father, they didn't want women around. The women just
Did he
didn't
say that
go.
to you?
Well, more or less, yeah.
Oh, great.
Well, he said not including me. I was okay, but
You
in
were okay,
general, yeah.
because you could play.
I was one of the guys, so I could get along okay.
You drank enough beer with them, it was okay.
That's right. But in general, conductors didn't want women. Look at the Vienna Philharmonic. There's only 1 or 2 women in there now yet.
More.
Not the last time I saw. There were 2.
Program,
there were 2.
There were a few.
There was a violin and
there was a violist,
cello or something, and the harpist. Usually the harpist is the only one for years that was the woman in an orchestra.
Yeah.
I was just reading about that lately in the Boston Symphony or something. I don't know. It's only the harp player, and it's only because men didn't feel that was a masculine instrument, too. That they didn't.
But look at the Revenge now. There's women everywhere.
Oh boy! And there's
gray-haired. Who's doing?
And there's gray-haired women too. I used to say, you always see gray-haired men, but you never see gray-haired women. But now you're starting to see some gray-haired women too. The New York Philharmonic has gray-haired women in it, and I think Philadelphia too. So why not? If you keep practicing, if they were willing to. Keep practicing all the time.
Why shouldn't you?
That's
no matter what some guy tells you.
Yes. Well, now it's more fair in this country. I don't know about the rest of the world, but I guess it is pretty much everywhere now.
Yeah, but Europe, I mean, when I was over there, it still felt very male-dominated. All the conductor dudes are guys. All the accompanist people were guys. All the management and all that.
But
people were
the
guys.
orchestras, that's women in orchestras that are there.
Well, fine, but it still has a male slant.
Well,
I mean, you can't get away from that.
European men are like that. So, they're not the same thinking as American men.
Fine. So how do you
More
alleviate
equality
that?
here.
You have to practice.
Yes, you do.
So that you're better than the rest, so that it doesn't matter if you're a woman, or whether you're a mezzo, or whether you're a violist.
Yes, you have to.
You have to practice.
Practice.
So that's been our thing for this
Yes, that's enough about practicing.
Well, but the main points about practicing is, one, you have to do it.
Every day.
You have to do it pretty much every single day. Yes. And when you do it, you need to really be in a quiet area where you can practice so that you can listen to yourself and you can feel
how it
so that you're singing or playing on that core sound, which it's hard to explain what that is, but you really can sense it naturally when it's right.
Mm-hmm. You can't. It feels good. It feels
It does
relaxed. It's not forced, I think.
That's
it just
true.
kind of floats out when it's correct. The sound and the feeling just kind of go together and it kind of floats out. And you
And
don't,
then from
it's
there-
not hard.
And that's something you need to practice every day, especially to warm up. I don't think that
yes.
people bring that up. The
Yeah.
warming up should just be getting into that center place.
That's true, instead of doodling around again.
I noticed that myself. Okay, here's
Yeah.
a little example. On Friday, I sang twice.
Yeah.
So I thought, I'm not going to warm up really very much because I had a lot of singing
Yeah.
and driving in between.
Yeah.
So I started singing and it felt fine until I was singing a little bit higher. And then I realized I'm not feeling that center thing. Okay. So I was kind of forced myself as I was performing to warm up to get into the notes better. The bottom part in the middle was fine, but the few of the high things. So then I got into it and it was fine. But that it brought home the point that warming up is to get your muscles going, but it's also to like to tune your ears and to tune your instruments.
That's right. It
And I don't
is.
think people bring that up very much.
No,
They're
they
like,
don't.
oh, why don't you go warm up? No, I'm serious.
Yeah.
What are you warming
That's
up?
right. You're warming up your body
Okay, but it's like to tune into that center
to
thing.
the
So
feeling.
if it takes
yeah.
you 3 minutes to do it, then that's fine.
Yes,
That's all
right.
it is. If it takes you 20 minutes, then okay, maybe you need to practice a little more.
Well,
But-
sometimes once it
You have
might
to do it.
it might take you 20 minutes, but once you're there forever. You know, you're there.
Fine.
It's there for
I
24
totally
hours,
agree.
something like that.
Yes.
So
I notice that when I have gotten warmed up and I sing well, the
You
next
can
day
go
when I
on.
do
yeah.
a thing, I usually end up singing really well too because
Yeah.
it's like I'm kind of still in that thing.
Yeah, you can. It's like you're playing, like the Met Orchestra. How do they do it? But it's the same thing. You know, if they do if some people have to do performance and rehearsals,
Right.
which they mostly
Yeah,
do,
I'm sure they do.
once you warm up and you're in that aura of feeling and everything, you
feeling,
can continue on and go like Domingo singing for hours after performances when he used to do that when he was young. You
Yeah,
know,
and he would
he'd say-
record those tango songs
Yeah.
after doing some big opera at 3 o'clock in the morning. Well, that's fine.
So,
he was in his
You-
sound.
Yes, yeah.
Domingo does that. You can see him. It's fine. I love Domingo. Okay?
Yeah, I do
but I'm
too.
still allowed to make fun of him because he does do those funny singer things,
Well.
and there are a million stupid singing things. You know, just like superstitious stuff. But at least they all practiced
They
to
sure
get to that
did.
point. Therefore, they are allowed to have their silly crutches, like. But the point is, they practiced, and we practiced too.
That's right.
It took a lot of practice to
Yeah,
get to your
yeah,
level, and
right.
to get to my level, I'm telling you, it took me years and years and years.
Yes, I know.
However, when you're at that level, then you love to play or sing
Yes, yes.
because it feels good, and when you're doing your concerts and stuff, you get a very nice reception because you are getting a beautiful sound.
That's right. People appreciate
And
that.
yes, and you are communicating
Yeah,
your emotions, and you are bringing out the best of everything.
That's a good way to end.
Okay, so
So,
we will
that's
end it
it.
for this week, and we'll be back with something new and exciting for next week.
That's right.
So I have been Kathleen,
And Charlene.
2 C's, the mother.
I'm Ma.
I'm Kathleen, the daughter. And we'll be back next week.
Yeah, okay.